Chicago's very own WGN News.
There will soon be an influx of people looking for a job as the federal government continues to slash the workforce. Tom Gimbel is joining us to talk about what federal workers should do now to prepare and the impact on the job market overall. Thanks for joining us today.
Always
Appreciate
good to
it.
be here.
Let's start off with Elon Musk's email over the weekend telling folks, if you don't tell me what you did over the week, you're going to be fired. I'm just going to assume you're going to be fired. You're going to be gone.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because I think for most of us in the private sector, we say we all are accountable.
Right.
We all have to do things. It's not always what you say, it's how you say things. And if you did something the right way, which would be from the top to the managerial level and say, this is what we expect, I'm not sure it would have been such a big deal. But part of what's going on in Washington is about the appearance and the effect versus the actual results, I think.
So a lot of people have been fired. Now they've been told to come back to work, which I would think a lot of people say, forget it, let me go find another job. So does that mean that people are going to be, a whole bunch of people are going to be looking for new jobs right now?
Yeah, well, this is a really interesting dynamic, and everybody's trying to paint a narrative. I think I read on Twitter or on X the other day that someone said, people went from being aviation experts to now being government employment experts.
Yeah.
Right? We don't know. But what it comes down to for a government employee is, number one, until you've been told you're fired, you haven't been, right? Number two is you should have your resume ready anyways. And I think what if there's a lack of compassion from the private sector, it's that this happens in corporate America all the time. Starbucks announced today they're laying off 1,100 people. They're not going to be on any news shows. None of those employees are going to be interviewed. And they're saying, well, why is it such a big deal for a federal employee? That's the challenge that we're facing in this country right now.
Well, it has a lot to do with the reason why they do it, because the taxpayers are paying their salaries.
Correct.
And so that affects everybody.
And we're sitting, and I think before any of this happened, if we would have said it 5 years or 25 years ago, most people said, what do all those people in Washington, D.C. do? What is the government's so bloated? Now that it's happening, and it's happening in the expression, right, with a sledgehammer instead of a scalpel, it's just a little bit shocking. But I think the actual aspect of people losing their jobs, it's terrible. But it's no worse than what happens in corporate America all the time.
So what should people be preparing for? Those who are federal workers and have lost their jobs. How do they start looking for jobs?
I think number one is that, again, it's the taxpayer, but you should go to the unemployment office and you should file for unemployment, and it's entitled, you paid into the system, you should get that, number one. Number two, you should have your resume ready. You should always be looking at what you've accomplished and how you're going to market yourself for another job. Number three, you should be thinking about how you network outside of the ecosystem that is politics. I mean, that's the problem is the ancestral nature that is politics. And you should be able to perform there or in the private sector. And so you got to make sure that your skills are up to date.
Speaking of skills, what if they don't have skills for other jobs other than just being in the federal network?
I mean, I think you said something pretty interesting right there. What if the government employees don't have skills?
No, outside of the federal I said outside of the federal network. Like they're used to working for the FDA and dealing with things like that.
Correct.
Where are they going to go now?
Well, if you work for the FDA, right, then you have to go to the flip side. Who goes to the FDA to get their products approved? Food companies, drug companies. And if you've been on the inside, there's a job for you on the outside. And I think the question really becomes is how good were you at your job? Now, I've been doing this for almost 30 years on the private sector, and I've always said the best people usually aren't the ones let go first. Doesn't mean that the people that are let go are horrible. It just means the most crucial usually aren't let go first. So if you are, you've got to look in the mirror and say, what wasn't I good enough at? Right? If there's 10 people doing one job, doing the same job, who's the best? And you got to look at your skills, look in the mirror and say, how can I capitalize on what I am good at and find something that'll maybe make me happier?
So there's hope for all these people.
There's always hope.
Okay.
There's Micah,
right.
come on, it's America. There's always hope.
All right, Tom, thank you. Appreciate it. See you next week.
You got it.
All right.